It is one of the busiest travel days of the year, and Pearson Airport is expecting nearly 130,000 travelers. Canadian and Kurdish forces overthrow ISIS offensive in a day-long battle in Iraq. Pope Francis approves a decree to name Mother Teresa a saint. Hi, and welcome to Humber News. I'm Samantha Singh, coming to you from our newsroom here at Humber College North Campus. The plan remains the same. That's the message from Defense Minister Harjit Sajjan after Canadian forces repelled the militant group ISIS yesterday.
We're still committed to ending the airstrikes and readjusting our mission so that we can have a meaningful contribution. I am aware that our CF-18s have played a significant role, and they just happened to be on station at that time.
Last night, 2 Canadian CF-18s helped Kurdish forces fight back against the largest coordinated ISIS attack since Western troops arrived in 18 months ago. Reports say hundreds of extremist fighters fired mortars and rockets and set off car bombs in northern Iraq. No Canadians were injured in the attack.
Unfortunately,
Canada's busiest airport was even busier today. Pearson was full to overflowing with travelers heading out for the holidays. Our reporter Catherine Green was there and has the details.
As the holidays approach, it's a hectic time of year, but at Pearson Airport, it's actually the busiest day of the year. 100,000 travelers are expected to come in and out of the airport just in the next 24 hours.
Airport authorities say December 18th is historically the busiest day at Canada's largest airport. It's no surprise Pearson's terminals are packed, with Christmas exactly 1 week away. Families flooded the airport, anxious to be reunited with loved ones. For some, waiting can be hard.
My sister left for Australia 3 years ago, and I haven't seen her since. Yeah, it's like my Christmas morning.
But the payoff is worth it.
I've been traveling in South America for 3 months.
Having her home for Christmas is the best thing.
And for Abby, better than Christmas itself.
Today, more than any other day this year, Pearson Airport reunited family with loved ones. It looked like Christmas came early for all Torontonians. Catherine Green, Humber News.
The victim of the stabbing in Shoppers Drug Mart in Toronto's Underground Path walkway has been identified. The victim is 28-year-old Rosemarie Jr. She was a newlywed and a medical technician. Police say they believe she did not know her alleged attacker. Rohini Bessassar was arrested on Tuesday and remains in custody. She's charged with second-degree murder and carrying a concealed weapon. One person is in custody after a double stabbing in Scarborough last night. Police were called to Danzig and Morningside after reports of a group fight just before 10 p.m.
Police are investigating a double stabbing in
Officers arrived to the scene and found a man and a woman with stab wounds. Both were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Overseas, a Canadian man is in custody in Peru after a British man was killed during a spiritual retreat in the Amazon. Witnesses say the men got into a fight after taking part in a ceremony that involved a hallucinogenic tea. A police source says the British man tried to stab Joshua Stevens, but that Stevens turned the knife on him in self-defense. Plants in the tea give users psychedelic experiences. Tourists seek out the drug to help ease depression. The black box from the Russian jet down by Turkey last month was opened this morning, and Russia is looking for answers. The Russian Defense Ministry opened the box today in front of Russian media. The microchips will be processed and the results will be announced on Monday. The plane was down on November 24th. Turkish officials say the fighter jet was shot down after it failed to respond to numerous warnings and that it was violating airspace. Russia says the jet did not leave Syrian airspace. The Pope has approved a decree that will make Mother Teresa a saint. Pope Francis has officially signed off on a second miracle needed to canonize the beloved nun. The miracle involved curing a man suffering from a fatal brain infection. There's speculations that the declaration of sainthood may take place in early September, to coincide with the anniversary of her death in 1997. The Duke and the Duchess of Cambridge have sent out their holiday cards, but it is Prince George and Princess Charlotte who are stealing the spotlight. Kensington Palace released this official portrait today. George is now 2 years old and Charlotte is 7 months. Word is the family is hosting Christmas lunch this year. Bolivia has released 100,000 turtles into the Amazon to help preserve the species. These turtles can grow up to 1 meter long and live up to 100 years. They became endangered because of high demand for their meat and eggs. The turtles are important to the local ecosystem because they play a big role in cleaning the rivers. In other aquatic news, Cowabungadoo, the tide is high and the surf was definitely up at the World Surfing Competition in Hawaii. Brazil native Adriano de Souza clinched the Billabong Pipe Masters title, keeping it in the hands of the Brazilians for 2 consecutive years. After the big win, he was cheered off the beach by elated Brazilian fans. When we come back, we'll tell you what's happening in the world of sports, and Laura and Dondre will have your 3-day forecast.
It sure is cold out here in Toronto today.
The high today is 2 degrees.
We'll have your full 3-day forecast after we warm up and after the break.
We'll talk to you soon.
So we did not have to go outside.
Yep, green screen for the win. Okay.
But first, the city has its first ever Torontonian of the Year. CBC Radio 1 has awarded the honor to the woman who greets people at Princess Margaret Hospital.
Nominated. We came today because you won. Oh! You're the Torontonian of the Year.
Oh, you got to be kidding. You have got.
Meet Barb Tiano. She's been helping people at the front desk at Princess Margaret for 40 years. And this time of the year, she dips into her collection of Christmas sweaters to cheer up cancer patients at the hospital. Tiano says she likes to help people and tries to take their minds off of their troubles. We're going to take a short break, but for now, we leave you with this. Across the pond, a bunch of Englishmen are up to some serious business in a pub in northern England.
3, 2, 1, get eating!
The annual World Pie Eating Contest drew 17 enthusiastic competitors this year. The award goes to the man who can gobble his pie the fastest without any assistance from liquids. This 2-time champion took home first place in just under 40 seconds. He stays humble after his win and says there's no real technique to his prize-winning ways.
You can take little bites and swallow quickly. I'm going to scruff for these stuff as much as you can in your face at any one time and hope for the best.